Bill Maher's latest remarks on violence in politics. Let's skip the blame game. This week in America has been particularly unsettling, marked by various forms of violence that provoke serious concerns. During a recent episode of Real Time, Bill Maher tackled the tragic shooting death of Charlie Kirk, a well-known right-wing activist and supporter of former President Trump. This incident has ignited significant discourse, not just about the act itself, but about the overall political climate leading up to it. As Maher conversed with guest panelists Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire and Tim Alberta from The Atlantic, they delved deep into the rising political tensions following Kirk's demise. Maher opened up his commentary with a stark observation. This week in America feels exceptionally grim, engulfed as we are in various types of violence. We face everything from political violence to typical assaults, with discussions about an impending civil war surfacing in many circles. Just today in Congress, Representative Boebert of Colorado stood up to suggest that we gather for a prayer in memory of Charlie Kirk. She then declared it necessary to abandon silent prayers, insisting that they yield no tangible results, implying that vocal prayers lead to substantial outcomes instead. Maher noted a tense exchange where Democrats pointed out the urgency of addressing the school shooting that had recently occurred in Boebert's state. With irony, he remarked, "So far, the Civil War isn't off to a very civil start." In a broader context, Maher also critiqued President Trump's comments, which seemed to brush aside the need for political unity after Kirk's death. During a question-and-answer session, the president was asked how he plans to help bridge our national divides. His response was quite shocking. "I know this may cause a stir, but frankly, I can't be bothered." This comment garnered laughter from the audience, yet it highlighted a troubling indifference from someone in such a significant position. Maher quipped, "He has quite the unique approach, doesn't he? His mantra appears to be, 'Let the healing take a back seat.'" Shapiro took the discussion further by addressing the alarming attitudes among Generation Z regarding responses to speech. He referenced a poll indicating that a surprising 57% of Gen Z respondents do not see any justification for violence as a reaction to speech, yet 42% believe there are instances when violence is acceptable. "This is profoundly disturbing," Shapiro asserted. "I never imagined we would reach a point where violence against individuals merely for expressing contrasting opinions would be seen as acceptable." The assassination of political figures stands apart from someone being shot simply for engaging in debate. Tim Alberta, who described himself as a sparring partner from afar with Kirk, added, "What's perplexing is that instead of a wave of shock or horror in response to this incident, the reaction appears to be a normalization of these violent trends, particularly among younger demographics. It seems violence is being increasingly mainstreamed and viewed as a tolerable reaction to differing opinions." Maher further elaborated, quoting a state governor who labeled social media a cancer. "This reflects an essential truth. When examining the comments circulating online, it's evident that people often dwell in echo chambers, failing to recognize that these issues are pervasive across the political spectrum. The only way for us to move forward effectively is if both sides are willing to acknowledge their roles in escalating tensions." Let's move past the argument over who instigated things first. Let's accept that both sides are contributing to the current situation. The alleged shooter, identified as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson from Utah, was apprehended earlier on Friday. Trump affirmed the information on Fox News, stating that the authorities had captured the suspect shortly before he made his announcement. During the episode, Maher and Shapiro also engaged in a discussion about the significance of speculating on the political beliefs of the suspected shooter. "It has been reported that this individual leans towards the political left," Shapiro noted, referring to various reports, including one that was later corrected by The Guardian. Maher wisely remarked, "We are just 2 days into this. At this point, we honestly don't know any definitive facts." The internet has an undefeated track record for misinformation. Kirk, who had appeared on Maher's Club Random podcast earlier this year, was the co-founder of Turning Point USA, an organization aimed at promoting conservative values on college campuses across America. He tragically lost his life while interacting with students at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah.